Analyzing Donald Trump's approach to Gaza requires understanding his broader political strategies. His actions often defy conventional wisdom, prioritizing short-term gains over long-term stability. This approach is a hallmark of his populist appeal. Trump's unpredictable style keeps opponents guessing, creating an element of surprise. This unpredictability, however, can also lead to instability and unintended consequences in already volatile regions. Gaza's fragile peace is frequently tested. Some argue that Trump's hardline stance on Gaza is intended to appeal to his base. His supporters appreciate his strong stance against what they perceive as terrorism. This tactic, however, alienates many internationally. The transactional nature of Trump's foreign policy is evident in his dealings with Gaza. He prioritizes deals and agreements, often overlooking underlying humanitarian concerns and complex geopolitical issues. This often leads to criticism. Critics argue that Trump's focus on Israel overlooks the Palestinian perspective. A balanced approach is necessary for lasting peace, but Trump's actions often appear biased. This imbalance fuels regional tensions. Trump's emphasis on America First influences his decisions regarding Gaza. He prioritizes American interests, sometimes at the expense of international cooperation and humanitarian aid. This can be viewed as isolationist. The perceived lack of empathy in Trump's approach to Gaza is a major point of contention. His rhetoric often lacks nuance, failing to address the root causes of the conflict. This can be seen as insensitive. Some suggest that Trump's actions regarding Gaza are calculated to distract from domestic issues. Foreign policy can be used to shift public attention away from pressing domestic concerns. This is a common political strategy. The potential for unintended consequences in Trump's Gaza policy remains a significant concern. His actions could destabilize the region further, leading to increased violence and humanitarian crises. This is a major risk. Trump's use of social media to communicate his views on Gaza is noteworthy. He bypasses traditional diplomatic channels, adding to the unpredictability and often fueling controversy. This strategy is unconventional. The impact of Trump's policies on the Palestinian population is a crucial consideration. His decisions directly affect the lives of millions, impacting their access to resources and security. This is a major human rights concern. Many analysts believe Trump's Gaza strategy lacks a clear long-term vision. His actions appear reactive rather than proactive, failing to address the underlying issues fueling the conflict. This approach has serious limitations. Some speculate that Trump's hardline stance on Gaza is a negotiating tactic. By taking a strong initial position, he may aim to secure more favorable concessions later. This is a common bargaining strategy. The international community's response to Trump's Gaza policy has been mixed. Some nations support his approach, while others strongly criticize his actions. This highlights the divisive nature of his policies. Trump's administration's actions often contradict previous U.S. foreign policy on Gaza. This shift in approach has created uncertainty and confusion in the region. Consistency is essential for peace building. The role of influential advisors in shaping Trump's Gaza policy is also important to consider. Their advice and perspectives significantly influence his decision-making process. Understanding their influence is crucial. Trump's approach to Gaza has been criticized for its lack of transparency. The decision-making process is often opaque, raising questions about accountability and legitimacy. Transparency promotes trust. The economic implications of Trump's Gaza policies need further investigation. His actions could have significant repercussions on the region's already fragile economy. Economic stability is vital. Trump's legacy on Gaza will likely be debated for years to come. Historians will analyze his decisions, assessing their impact on regional stability and peace prospects. His legacy remains uncertain. The potential for escalation in the Gaza conflict under Trump's policies is a significant worry. His actions could inadvertently trigger a larger-scale conflict with devastating consequences. Careful diplomacy is needed. Some believe Trump's Gaza policy was motivated by domestic political considerations. He may have sought to solidify support among particular segments of the U.S. population. Political motivations are significant. Trump's approach to peace negotiations concerning Gaza is frequently criticized as lacking finesse. Direct dialogue and compromise are essential, yet his tactics often hinder progress. Mediation is crucial. The humanitarian crisis in Gaza worsened under Trump's administration. Restrictions on aid and access to essential resources exacerbated the suffering of the Palestinian people. Humanitarian aid is critical. The long-term impact of Trump's policies on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict is yet to be fully understood. His actions could shape the landscape for years to come, impacting future peace efforts. Time will tell. The role of international law in Trump's Gaza policy is a subject of debate. His actions have sometimes been questioned for their compliance with international legal norms. International laws matter,